Did you know that more than 40% of solar reps quit after their first year? Hey, solarpreneurs, today we're going to be talking about what we can do to solve the retention problem in solar. Did you know that more than 40% of solar reps quit after their first year? A shocking number. So what can we do to help with this? How can we help reps stick this out in such a great opportunity? We're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Taylor Armstrong. We're here to help you close more deals, generate more leads and referrals, and actually stay in solar and not be one of the reps that quit. So before we get into that, have a couple reminders. If you have not already, please go leave us a review over on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to the podcast. Would love to feature some new reviews. Maybe you got things that we can improve on. Please leave us whatever your honest feedback for the show. And the second thing is we have a few last minute spots for our Blitz. If you're listening to this when it came out, we have our Blitz here in the next week. So hit me up. We do have 1 or 2 spots remaining. And if you miss out, still click the link below because you can get on a waiting list for our next Blitz that we will have coming out in 2026. Can't believe I'm saying that. Never thought we would get 2026, but here we are. Okay, so click the link and would love to have you in this Blitz or on a future Blitz. Let's jump into the content. This is something I've been thinking about as we've brought in reps to our team. And not going to lie, we've had few people quit that it seemed like they had a bright future in solar. And it's been tough seeing people leave. You know, they'd get some big deals, even some guys where they got some massive paychecks coming, and still where there were just some things that happened, caused them to lose confidence, and they left for a different industry. And then as we've onboarded a few newer reps, it just got me thinking, why is it such a struggle for people to stick in solar? Hey, why is the learning curve so steep for a lot of these people? And, sales is not for everyone. I think to a degree, there's always going to be a higher percentage that quit a job like this when it's 100% commission, outside sales. But I think the other side of it is we got to look in the mirror and see what are we doing as a team. Maybe you're someone that's training a newer rep. We got to look at what are our processes, what are our frameworks, what are the systems that we have in place. And maybe you're listening to this and you don't have any processes or frameworks or systems, and you just throw mud at the wall and hope things stick. Okay, but whether you're selling accounts or whether you're trying to bring on recruits and build a team, you got to have some sort of system in. Otherwise, you're just going to have lots of lost solar customers and lots of lost recruits. And especially as you build up to a bigger team, it gets even more important that you have a system in place. And that's part of what happened with me over the last year is analyzing what went wrong. As we started to build more and more, there were things that we didn't have figured out system-wise, and we lost guys because of it. Because, when you have a team of 5 to 10, you can give them lots of attention. You can check in, you can do your thing. But as you start to scale past 10 people, just like Extreme Ownership, if you haven't read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, he says that no one should be over more than, I think it's like 10 people max, just because it becomes too much. It's too hard to lead more than 10 people effectively. Okay, so we're going to look at a few things that we've changed in our processes. Okay, and I'll be the first to say I don't have this figured out. This is a few things we're tweaking, a few things we're seeing that have started helping, but would love to hear what are your ideas. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to it, shoot us a DM, leave us a comment, let us know what's working for your team if you have a higher retention rate. But the first thing that we have changed around a little bit is just setting detailed expectations. And it's funny, as I was doing a little bit of research for this episode, I found just a post. I don't know if anyone goes on Reddit. Yeah, some of the Reddit comments are kind of funny, the stuff people say. But someone left a comment on Reddit about a solar sales position they applied for. And it says, something seems off about solar sales jobs I'm applying for. He says, I've applied for a few jobs for solar cells and I've gotten automatic responses from every single one for me to schedule a meeting the same week. I think of how all of my engineering jobs have been the traditional and slow hiring process and don't hear anything from anybody for a week minimum. I guess I was hoping some solar professionals might shed some light on this. Why do these roles feel fishy? I think it's because all of them also advertise the 80 to 200K ballpark for salary earnings. I found them on Indeed, though. Is it just me, or are these rules fishy? And it just made me laugh as I'm reading it, because that's totally how it is, right? You put these ads up on Indeed, people get reached out to instantly, and which, that's the training that you're given, is that the quicker you can reach out to an applicant, the higher percentage higher percentages that you can get them to come to an interview. But at the same time, it's like, are we hiring that quick that people feel like this isn't a legit job? Because if you just give them the position instantly and make them feel like they didn't need to do anything, then you're going to get people questioning, like, why is it so easy to get this job? What's going on here? And it's something that's we probably all should look at as an industry, is maybe we should look at doing like multiple interviews, making it a little more traditional. Maybe people would take it a little more seriously, right? But aside from that, if you are someone that's interviewing people for a solar position, are you setting the proper expectations with them? Okay, are you shooting it straight how the job actually is and what it looks like in their first 2 weeks? Okay, we have a graphic that we go over with people that details day by day exactly what they should be doing. Stuff like knock 100 doors with a mentor, and then have the other day they switch off doors. Then day 3, it's like they're knocking 100 doors solo, but in the same neighborhood as their mentor. Okay, so expectations of what should happen. And then speaking of mentor, just having someone that's their trainer, right? If you are someone that's running a lot of appointments or leading somewhat bigger team already, you should look at getting someone to be over this person and check in with them. Hey, so that's one thing that we've tried to improve on, that we've seen help our team, is just setting those detailed expectations, having the new rep know exactly what's going to happen. And then the second biggest thing, before I came into solar, a lot of you know that I started in pest control, and pest control is pretty dialed. Some of these teams, when I worked for a bigger company, it's like it was summer sales. You got multiple trainings, Zoom calls before you went out for the summer. You were given a big manual, and we were instructed to read like 30 minutes minimum from this manual every day. It had all the objection, pitch, everything, exactly what to say, exactly what to do, like routine wise outside the doors. And as I've gotten in solar, it's like, why don't we do some of the same things we did in pest control? I was never giving like a training manual. A lot of people I talked to, they were just thrown out on the doors to the wolves with little to no training. And I think that's a big reason why we see so much turnover in solar. So something we've started doing is we actually created a training manual for solar reps. Hey, and something we're tweaking is we're going to actually print this manual out, and we're going to give it a physical manual to reps. Okay, because just digital, we found that there's so much slides, there's so many things going on. You get notifications coming up that people just don't pay attention a lot of times to things that are sent as PDFs or digital guides, digital checklists. So we've created an actual physical manual to send out to them. And this is something brand new that we've started implementing on our team. We're going to start implementing, I should say, because we haven't actually printed it out yet. But the manual, it should have all the things we talked about already. Their expectations, should have the pitch presentation that you want them to say, should have a common objections. And if you would like an example, okay, hit me up. We could send some portions of what we send them, or give you some more descriptions of it. I don't know. It might be a little tricky to send. We have it as like a iPhone note right now, but it should just go over all the common things that happen in solar, right? And it should include like recordings of, if you can, live like door presentations. Hey, we're in a bigger organization, so we actually have a pretty massive training library with, PDFs and things they should download. But anyone can go out and create this. Just think you can probably create it with ChatGPT in like a few days. You just go back and forth, talk about exactly what you do, set a schedule for them. That's another thing, is newer reps, they need to be told exactly where they're going, who they're going there with, exactly what the hours are. Okay, this mistake we've made many times is just not giving them an exact schedule. And then you see by day 3, they're just kind of like showing up for an hour on the doors or doing whatever. Okay, so you should have a check-in time. Tell them when they need to check in and check out. So all those things, put in a training manual, print it out, and then give them like boxes to check off, right? As they knock their first 100 doors, check mark. As they record their first door pitch, check mark. As they get their first bill, check mark. Hit little milestones they can hit along the way that'll help them. And as you do that, another one is, learn your actual door presentation, memorize your door script. This is a big one. I remember my first company, that's something we did do a good job with, is we actually required people to have a video recording of their door presentation. They could not go out on their first day until they had a video recording memorized of the door scripts. Okay, and we've gotten away from that, but I think it's a pretty good idea. Make them memorize it, because so many times we go out with people where they don't have anything memorized. They're just going out shadowing. Then they don't even know what they're saying, and they feel like they're working because they're out there shadowing someone. Hey, so consider doing something like that. And I think if you print it out, it'll take it to another level. Again, this is I guess we don't have any stats on this yet, but I just think something in their hands is going to help them more than like a digital PDF for newer people. Okay, so again, let me know what your ideas are, what's working in your company to retain reps. This is a massive problem, especially I see it in bigger organizations. It's like people come in the doors, people go out the doors. And it also can be tough on culture, right? If newer people see all this turnover, I've heard it from a few of our newer guys just questioning me like, man, it's crazy how many people are in and out. Like this person that was here 2 weeks ago, where'd he go? That causes questions to come up, then makes them question the opportunity themselves. So the more you can have that tight-knit culture, get that belief from people, and have a solid structure to get people bought in, the more you're going to grow your organization, the more your reps are going to be bought in. So I hope this helps someone out there. If you are a newer rep, feel like you're not being supported, hit me up. Would love to give you more support. And remember, that's the aim of this podcast, is to help take you from 0 to 100, give you all the A to Z of everything you need to know in solar. So keep listening to the show, and then hit me with your suggestions for guests or topics. We always love to keep those coming, and we'll see you on the next episode.